Hi, I'm Micah Muzio from Kelley Blue Book, and we're here at the New York Auto Show for 2015, and I'm standing at the Scion stand next to one of two vehicles they introduced. This is the Scion IM. It's a new 5-door hatchback, and Scion is doing something very interesting price-wise. Their approach is a mono-spec approach to vehicles. So there's basically one version of the IM, and it comes very well equipped. So some really cool equipment in here, including a backup camera, automatic dual-zone climate control, and a 6-speaker, 7-inch infotainment system from Pioneer, all for about $20,000. They also introduced the first sedan ever for the Scion brand, the Scion IA. And it's a very interesting vehicle in that 42 mile per gallon freeway fuel economy is what they're expecting. And for a very modest $16,000 starting price, it also includes some really neat technology, specifically in the form of a forward collision prevention system that uses a laser-based sensor right at the top of the windshield. Really neat technology trickling down from high-end vehicles into vehicles that even people with modest means can afford. Speaking of the industry as a whole, one big trend we're seeing is the expansion of the compact SUV space, and a great example of what's happening there is the all-new for 2016 Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson has been updated, and you can look under the hood to see kind of a good example of where the industry is going as a whole. There's a base 2-liter engine that's naturally aspirated, but the uprated 1.6-liter engine puts out 175 horsepower, which is a substantial feat for a fairly small engine, but the power of turbocharging makes that possible. So it's going to be more efficient than the previous Tucson, and also it's paired with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and that dual clutch transmission technology is something that you're seeing find its way through the automotive industry. And also some very cool technology. If you go to the back of that Tucson and you stand for 3 seconds, that hatch will automatically open up. So if you have your arms full of groceries, you won't have to struggle to open up the hatch. Going to the opposite end of the spectrum, let's talk excess in the form of the Mercedes G65 AMG. This is the Geländewagen, if you want to pronounce it like the Germans, or you can just call it the G-Wagon. Whatever you call it, it's wildly, beautifully excessive. A $219,000 asking price, but for that price, you get a super square, awesome-looking G-Wagon powered by a twin-turbocharged V12 engine, 621 horsepower, 738 pound-feet of torque, and that's going to move the G-Wagon from 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, which is pretty good acceleration for a vehicle that weighs almost 6,000 pounds. So if you want to live large and in charge, the G-Wagon is a great way to do it. Just again, bring your $219,000. And then we got to mention real quick, concept cars are the lifeblood of the automotive industry, and especially at the auto shows. And the Lincoln Continental is another vehicle shown here at the New York Auto Show. A really, really cool car. Lincoln seems to be finding their footing. Upright grille. It's got almost a, I don't want to say Bentley-like stature to it, but there's certainly a lot of gravitas. The real magic is inside the vehicle. Peek in there. It's got sort of a retro, fabulous kind of 60s, 70s vibe, super thick pile carpet. It's just fantastic, and I actually got to sit in that thing, and it's really comfortable. And the really cool thing is they're going to build it. Not necessarily exactly like that, but a production model is definitely coming in 2016, perhaps as a 2017 model year vehicle. So a lot of great stuff, a very exciting New York Auto Show. For more information, go to KelleyBlueBooksKBB.com. We've got complete coverage of the auto show and all things automotive.